Okay, now for information, I'm facing 9 charges under the Sedition Act, which carry a maximum penalty 43 years jail terms if convicted. And the case will start, the management of the case will start on 6th of November. But that is only a management case. It means that the court will set another date for trial, and the next date the trial definitely will start. And we see how maybe next year, I think early next year, I can say that roughly my trial will start. Yeah, before this, my trial was postponed 2 times because the court's waiting for the a verdict by the federal court. There is one in a separate case. There is one professor who also been charged under the Sedition Act, challenged the challenge the acts. Is it against the Constitution? So he said that the Sedition Act is because the Article 19 in Constitution, Malaysian Constitution, make it clear that every citizen have a right to express their view. But this Sedition Act is against that. But again, the federal court already made a decision 1 month ago that Sedition Act is legal and the government can use it. So I think this is very sad day for the Malaysian not only legal system but also Malaysian press freedom situation and also human rights situation, where the government now give more power. The court now give more power to the government to use the Sedition Act against the citizen. And you should know one thing. I'd like to point it out that Sedition Act has a very so much power. That means anything the government don't like, they can go against you by using the Sedition Act. It's as simple as that. As my case as a cartoonist, they just, what the police need to declare is that this cartoon is seditious, and they can go and arrest you and detain you for many days in the police lockup just because of that. And after that only they will set you for trial. It means that this Sedition Act allow the government to detain first and explain later. Generally, I don't think I don't put so much hope in the court or the Malaysian judiciary. It's been compromised so many times in the past by the government, and we don't have a very good independent court. So I can say that in a political case, like myself also, I consider this is political. This is very difficult for us to win against the government in any political case in the Malaysian judiciary system. So I don't put so much hope, but I want to stand the trial, because by doing that I can expose the government not only to Malaysian but also to create awareness to people abroad that this is what we are having in Malaysia, to tell the people that this is the space for freedom of expression or freedom of artistic expression and human rights is very, very narrow in Malaysia and keep going backward nowadays. As you know that since last year, more than 200 individuals either been charged, investigated or detained under the Sedition Act, And now the government introduced a new law called SOSMA, the law that allowed the government to detain individual or citizen without trial for 30 days. So this is the situation. So I hope my trial will expose this. I know that now I got very good support, I can say, from international organization, Index of Censorship, and then Committee to Protect Journalists and Cartoonist Right Network International, RSF, and even United Nations. They said to me that they are watching my trial closely. So I hope that by standing a trial, I can expose the government, the real face of Malaysian government in terms of freedom of expression and human rights. There are some suggestions. People suggest me, why don't you escape and seek asylum? I say no, I don't want to do that, because that is, if I think about myself, that's what I want to do. But I want to free Malaysia. I want to push total reform in Malaysia. Malaysia been ruled by it's look good on paper. This was elected Prime Minister. They have the same system. We have the same system like British parliamentary system. But again, what we lacking in Malaysia now, all institutions been compromised by the Prime Minister. So Prime Minister has so much power to overrule any decision. This is the situation we are facing now. So it's like a elected dictator. But like I give an example, like the Prime Minister, it's very simple. The Prime Minister can call up and any newspaper company and give instruction to sack editor. That can be done, to sack editor from Prime Minister, and Attorney General who want to to charge people to the court. Attorney General who want to charge people to the court. If it's high profile case, he has to get an approval from the Prime Minister first. So it doesn't work this way. And we have a anti-corruption agency which is under the Prime Minister. We have a minister who control court. They call it Justice Minister, and even the Parliament. Last week, when the opposition want to ask a question about the corruption involving the Prime Minister, the Speaker denied the question. So this is about, even though we have everything on paper, it's very good, but actually it's elected dictator. And I would like to point out also here that Malaysia has been governed by the same political party for more than 60 years now. So people are really want to push for reform. We want a clear and a very good system where it's not divided, it's not decided by one individual. The people must take action. The people can involve in making a decision. And now what happened in Malaysia now, the government or the Prime Minister or the Cabinet Minister can easily take people's money for their own benefit. And we don't have a channel to fight that. If we want to try to bring this out, then they will use a law against us. We try to do a police report, the police also under the Prime Minister, so they will keep quiet about that. And worse, those who report is being arrested. There are so many cases. And you want to go to Parliament, also they will stop it. And you want to brought it to highlight this through media. All mainstream media in Malaysia are controlled by the government. So this is what we want to push. As a cartoonist myself also, I feel as a very big responsibility for me as a cartoonist and also as a Malaysian to push for total reform. I come here, the mission is to fight through cartoon, and and in order to do that, I want again to point it out that I want people to understand situation in Malaysia through my cartoon. So I'm going to have an exhibition in British Cartoon Museum. End of this week, going to be launched end of this week, so it will be there up to 6 months. I hope while looking at that, people can understand the real situation in Malaysia. And also I have a forum in Amnesty International day after tomorrow. And yesterday I spoke to the student from Cambridge University, in the Cambridge University. And also I have a program at the SOAS University. And also I have a program called Pop-Up Cartoon Protest, where I will have carrying a banner and big poster of my cartoon. We will go to several places from Hyde Park to Trafalgar Square, and to show to the people through cartoon, through visual, the situation of press freedom, and also freedom of expression, of artistic freedom in Malaysia in general. So this is what I'm doing now. And again, I would like to make sure that people, especially in UK, I hope that they can understand that we have been colonized by the British in the future. So we have a very strong history of relationship, and Sedition Act was introduced by the British government in 1948, and I understand that you don't have it here anymore, but Malaysia still follow it. So if the pressure from British government, British people, is very important for us to carry on. As you know that in Malaysia, I only can I can't publish my cartoon in any newspaper because they are controlled by the government. So I only depend on the internet, and once in a while I come out with a book, to a collection of my work, and I have 18 titles. 7 of them been banned officially by the government. The rest are being investigated under the Sedition Act. So as a result, no bookstore in Malaysia dare to sell the book, because the police will come to them because they say this is illegal to sell this book, and they will go up to the shop license. If you, the simple way like this, if you keep selling this book in the future, Zunar's book, your license will be revoked. So nobody wants to sell it. So I now have to depend on online sale, where we have a selling online, people order. But again, now the police go after the webmaster who manage the purchasing, online purchasing, and call him to be investigated under the Sedition Act too. And this is not the first time, the second time he's been called. And last year, 3 of my assistants who sell the book, do direct selling, they go to places and sell the book, been detained, 3 of them, and put in the lockup. And now what the government do, they try to corner me. They went after the printers before this. 3 printers been raided because they print my book, and they've given the same warning that their business license will be revoked if they print my book in the future. So what the government try to do now, because I can say that recently my fan base growing very good, growing very big recently, and more people now get access to my cartoon, even though through online. So they share it among themselves, and then they distribute the cartoon. So the government now try to stop this, and so now they corner me, say that I can draw cartoon, but if nobody dare to sell, either through bookshop or through online, so that's how they try to stop me. And the police even went to the company that manage the payment gateway company, and demand them, the company, to release all the customer who've been purchased my book online. So this is what they're trying to do, and to put this together, and with the 9 charges, what the government want is to stop me from drawing. completely silence me. But if they think this is work, they are wrong. That's why I say I will never stop. This is my right as a citizen to express my view, and this is my responsibility as a cartoonist to tell the people and to give alternative views through my cartoon, alternative news and views. So this is my right. They cannot take away my right.